Hi, Vieira with the Stock Market Live.tv. Today it is important that you listen to what I have to say until the end of this video or lesson. First of all, we published to the Technical Analysis Live Traders course several new lessons. We have already, I believe, more than 22 lessons, including several stock picks, always in real time, explaining the full investment process in global leading companies across different market sectors. Today we published another lesson explaining the full investment process that I've been discussing in Amazon. The title is Make $5 million per trade in Amazon, and we are discussing the Amazon ahead of earnings. The company is going to report earnings, and you have the lessons. Just have to log into the course. You'll find there stock pivots and the explanation of the process. Obviously, I'm referring to my most recent article on the blog of the company. The title, very explicit: Amazon stock is expensive, but I'm buying. Here in this article, we respond to some questions investors they had in Amazon ahead of earnings. And obviously, everyone that bought Amazon, they were going to have a very large profit. You have here also a live stock chart, a video, comments, and my buying alert at $748 and a half. Today, Amazon traded to $840, and it closed at around $839, more or less. Having said this, I'm going to tell you a story which I believe to be important. Therefore, the video itself is going to be part of the course, and the story is the following. In the service, we have throughout the years, bear in mind that I have more than 30 years in the market experience, and I'm referring to the point where I started to share information with institutions, with people, not the time that I started in the markets. That was in fact well before. I have had many people from banks, from authors of books on technical analysis. And one thing I can tell you, and this is 100% guaranteed, that most of these individuals, that they work in banks, in financial institutions, that they write books, and some of them very well known worldwide, they don't make a profit other than to receive a salary by the end of the month. Unfortunately, that is the case, or money deriving from the sales of the books, okay? Because I talk to them directly and I know what they've been doing, so we know. And I can tell you even worse, some of these persons, in the past, they were fired from their companies because, my friends, the reality is very simple, and the truth, it has always to be known and said, okay? Technical analysis, the technical analysis that you see out there, okay, those courses, those books on the web, it is a fraud. They do not know anything about technical analysis. Technical analysis, to have value, you have to do it in real time, and to explain to investors what you are doing and why you are doing it, okay? Otherwise, if the investor does not go through the experience of doing it, of seeing it live, and therefore I'm referring to, for example, Amazon as of today, or any other company that we are discussing in the course, it does not have any value. So I'm not referring to things that happened, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, which don't have any value to subscribers or to investors. Moreover, the value of discussing this in real time, it is that you are going to be able to use this information then in other situations, not only in Amazon in the future, as well as many other stocks. So the information that we discuss following a given process, it can be used in other stocks, in different sectors, including in other financial instruments. Having said this, one of the topics that we discuss in the course, which is unique in the world because no one else knows about it, is stock pivots. Stock pivots to be defined in real time. No one else can do it, okay? And this is the reality as it is. Otherwise, if you disagree with this, you can, my friends, you can prove it. You can bring it, whatever you want, whoever you want, and we give you $100 million. You just have to bring the person, my friends, or the financial institution, and to demonstrate as we do it live on the tape. Do you understand? It is rather simple. Having said this, you have to go through the course. The course is planned, therefore there is an order in the course, and each lesson there is a quiz or an exam or a test, and you have to go to the next lesson, you have to pass the test, all right? That is the way things they should be done. It is relatively simple if you are, if you are committed to the project. And bear in mind that it's very important that before you invest in the markets, at least that you get involved with risk, it is very important that you go through the entire course, all right? Because the course is by far more than just technical analysis, as people are relatively, what is said out there, okay? So the content of the course, there is nothing compared to it, okay? So we do not discuss, for example, as others, I don't know, concepts that you have on books, okay? It is supposed that you read a book, we give you the name of the books that we consider that they are relevant, and I'm just referring to, in fact, a couple of books and nothing else. You don't need anything else, and therefore, the most important is that you go through the lessons, that you see how things they happen in reality, and then based on this information, you can use it in the future or in the stock that we discuss in the service, okay? It is open to you. We are going to have reviews, all right? Bear in mind that you have stock picks in real time, I repeat myself, in the course, and these stock picks already generated a very high return on investment, okay? So the course, I told you since the very beginning that I was going to be very serious about the course. With regards to other service, I already did my job a long time ago. So every time I start a new project, I take it very seriously, and therefore you had my full commitment with regards to it. Moreover, it is also important to tell you that one of the most important components of the course, it is collaboration and interactivity, okay? So far I've been publishing lessons, and you are going to see more lessons and the order of the course, more content, and also some modifications in order to improve the course. You have livestock charts, you have screenshots, you have videos, you have content, you have links to articles on the blog, therefore for you to understand the full investment process in some of these companies. And we are going to add this important component of interactivity, collaboration, where you have to create your own charts, and you are going to have feedback from us with regards to that matter. And this is very important because we are going to have webinars in the course, and you are going to collaborate directly with myself in order for you to do it, okay? You have to do it, you have to go through the experience. It's not just to watch it being done, okay? We are going to force you to do it and to provide feedback in order for you to do it yourself in the future. Moreover, the course also contains something that no one else can do it, okay? And what I'm referring to, you are going to find in the course how to create livestock charts, okay? And how to define real-time stock pivots. And how to create a livestock chart, it is, although most will find relatively simple, it is extremely complex, okay? I'm referring to defining a stock pivot in real time while the market it is open, during market is open, and telling you this is the point where you have to buy, explaining why you have to buy, or this is the point where you have to cover a short position, and then this is the price target that you have in this stock, okay? So there is also this lesson that you have in the course, which in the end, you have to go in the course, it resulted into an immense profit, okay? So there is a chapter, return on investment, with lessons, with all these principles, with confirmation, because one thing that is important in the course, in my courses, for example, it was the case in the basic training course where I discussed GoPro since IPO, is that not only to publish the lesson itself, but then to address the value of the lesson in the future. It can be a few days later, 1 week, or several months, it does not matter. Which is important is to publish the lesson, to explain it, all right, and then to address it again in the future, explaining the intrinsic value that the lesson had and the direct results or the impact that had following the instructions, okay? So we already have several examples in the course with regards to several companies that I've been addressing, all right? And this is what I have to say, and so good luck, and thank you very much for joining the course, which is a success. And one thing that I would like to finalize, that this course is externally important, okay? Because it is not the concept outside that you see of technical analysis, it is live technical analysis with things done in real time. For example, how to define a trend of a stock, how to define a reversal, right, or a continuation, also to define the different classes of stock pivots, which is also unique in the world since no one else knows about it. All these topics are addressed in the course and described in detail, all right? And don't forget that you have access to the course during the 1 year. All right, thank you, bye.